Yes, sir. Episode 142, episode 142 of the greatest sports show in the hemisphere. Prince and Barty, we saw the emails, we heard the requests. It was like, yo, bring Georgie back. Finally, somebody who knows something. Yo, the wrestling episode did crazy numbers. I think we did almost like half 250 downloads in the first week alone, just off the wrestling clip. So salute to Georgie and the Wrestling Insight.
Man, dude, like, that shit, you kicked it off for me right there, man. It's gonna be kinda hard to follow right now. I
So
hope we
no
hope we can
pressure,
keep it up. No pressure at all, right?
no pressure. But
No, man, but I'm happy to be back, bro. I had a really good time with you guys. Last couple of times we did it, I'm excited to do some more with you.
Councilman, how are thou?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready to knock it. I got some questions for George right now. Let's get it
Oh, you
popping.
wanna hit me off? You wanna hit me with some questions right now, my dude? Alright,
Let
let's
let
go for it. Let's
let's
hear it.
do it. Let's do it. WrestleMania just finished not too long ago, and we watched the great Roman Reigns beat CM Punk. Where would you rank that as a main event? Is that an all-time main event, or was just what, show and tell?
I think that was honestly, I watched that match. I watched it at Las Rosas at a viewing party with Domino from CCW. He runs that bar and he had a nice big WrestleMania party on the second night. And I have to say, watching that, it was an instant classic. Like you can't get any better than that. I mean, I'm not even like a big CM Punk fan. Like if you're among my wrestling fans, you can tell like I do have my opinions on just the way he's conducted his career and everything too. But is he an amazing talent? Yes. Is he an amazing talker? Yes. But that match, I mean, I think it's almost like pure wrestling because you really suspended your belief. If you actually go back and you watch that match right before it started, there's some dude in the crowd who is just yelling his head off, let's go," while they're doing the announcement. It felt like a big fight feel, and I think that's what it felt like the whole way through. And at the end of it, you couldn't deny it, no matter what your opinion on either wrestler was, or what you thought about the product, or what you think about it. It was just something really, really special, and I can't say that enough, especially about that match specifically.
Now,
Mm,
you know,
most
that's
most
a great question. I want to ask both of y'all this. So obviously, ESPN, got the contract. I think that was a monumental deal for ESPN. But I know y'all watch a lot more wrestling than I do. How did y'all think ESPN carried, as far as the whole production of the show? What was y'all opinion on it?
Well, okay, well, now let's go to the other side of it. Like, listen, like I think the biggest problem, the biggest complaint was with WrestleMania, especially 2 nights of it, is the amount of ad time that took up the event
mm.
pretty much too. If you really break down the times and everything too, there wasn't a lot of wrestling this time compared to past events. And now you think about it, it's like, and honestly too, like it's kind of new watching these PPVs or these PLEs with ads now too, because now they're trying to plug their sponsors. So it's just it took up a lot of time, man. That was a big complaint too. And honestly, the first night wasn't that great. And I think a lot of it had to do with injuries, but I feel a lot of it too was like, just too much ad time.
Now, I agree. I agree with George. I think that when we look at the past WWE for what the numbers they were able to do in one night, now it takes 2 nights, and that don't make no sense. And it's I have a one-part answer and a one-part question. As far as my answer side, when I look at it, I kind of blame the person who they're letting go. And that's where my question comes in. I want to ask you, Georgie. They're letting go of Triple H. Stephanie McMahon came out and made a big statement on that. And Bloodline had an issue with them as well. Has Triple H destroyed, I won't say destroyed the brand, but tarnished the brand of WWE as far as taking the numbers down?
I think he hasn't done anything in terms of, if anything, if there's anybody to pass blame on, honestly, it's TKO. Because TKO just coming in as the money man right now, and they're the ones overseeing everything too. So at the end of the day, it's like, who really has the ball? Is it really Triple H, or is it really Nick Khan, or is it really whoever's running TKO right now? Like that's the thing. Now you're in a corporate environment. Now you're going from working for one man, Vince McMahon, and like him, and he was the final say because he was just licensing the product, to now like, hey, you are actually owned by a major corporation. So I think if you're gonna blame anybody on numbers going down, so I think it's more of a TKO thing, to be real with you too. I mean, and not to mention too, like just leading up to this show coming up, there was a lot of injuries. There was a lot of things that went wrong. Like, and even as a TV professional and working in TV, things happen sometimes, and you got to pivot. And sometimes what you set out to do isn't exactly what you were able to do. So you can't really. I really feel you really can't fault the guy for that. I think if anything, too, he's just another victim of the corporate machine that is TKO. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's stay on the money side of everything. I saw this one post the other day, and they were talking about the biggest names have made money in the brand of sports, the sports world, and it definitely caught my eye. And so the numbers go out. Lionel Messi has 1.99 billion. LeBron James has 2.3 billion. Ronaldo has 2.52 billion. Tiger Woods 2.88 billion. Of course, Michael Jordan 4.50 billion. Of all these people who have amassed their money, who would you guys say? And I go to Prince first. Who's the most impressive? And then I ask you the next question, George.
I would say Jordan because he's not sweating for his money. Those other guys are, right? So I think Jordan made 225 million last year alone, Jordan brand, and that's supposed to like increase. Like Jordan in probably like 10 years is gonna be probably at 500 million, $1 billion earned just off sneaker sales and apparel of the Jordan brand. So it's kind of insane. We've been wearing them shoes since we were kids. And to now it's a new generation of kids still wearing those shoes. You know what I mean? Obviously, LeBron, it's impressive as well because you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, you look at Messi, they get a cheat code because it's literally international. All those Spanish speaking countries and just all those international countries, you kind of get a cheat code. Yeah, you're going to sell more jerseys, right? But you look at Jordan and LeBron, pretty much an American sport. It's international as of late from the Dirks, the Hakeems, but that's still like the last 20 years versus soccer with like a 50-year head up, 60-year heads up against America as far as being like international presence. So I'm definitely impressed with Jordan because he doesn't have to bounce a ball at all.
Mhm.
I mean, if you wanna ask me, Barty, I'm with Prince Jordan, and, like, his legacy continues, man. Like, you see what he's doing in NASCAR now with just his race team. Like, he's a pioneer in whatever he does, and, like, especially with this NASCAR thing, it blows my mind. He goes in there, he's winning races, he forces their hand and makes them change the rules. Like, how can you deny this guy? Like, whatever he touches, whatever he gets into, chances are he's gonna be very competitive, except for baseball, of course.
And
Mm.
being the owner of the Bobcats or
And
the
the and the owner of an NBA team. Like, think about that. That's a whole different level, you know what I mean? Like,
So
completely different level. Jesus.
let me throw something at you guys real quick. Let me throw some numbers at you. So y'all have some very good points. I'm gonna throw some numbers at you. TGL from Tiger Woods, co-founder by Roy McIlroy, in 1 year made $500 million in validation. Tiger has 90% of his wealth endorsed by drivers, which all golfers use, which is making 90 million a year. The league, which was launched in 2025, just revenues alone is 15 million, 24 million, is averaging over 498,000 viewers. He's making a totally different brand for golf. Golf is not boring anymore, where it's in, and we're never saying golf was boring, but it's in a dome and millions of viewers are watching. I mean, from what we're seeing from Tiger, this is very impressive. He's made another league of golf. And with that league that he's making, the numbers is stupid. I mean, I really think it's very impressive what he's doing because I mean, we know Jordan is going to continue to sell sneakers, but to reinvent himself as Tiger has done, I'm blown away, man. I'm blown away by these numbers. I'm blown away by what he's doing. And I mean, he's not even relevant when it comes to as far as being the face of golf because Rory McIlroy is the face of golf. But what he did was he branded himself with Rory, and now TGL is one of the biggest brands in sports right now.
I
nah,
mean,
for
yeah, no,
sure.
and the only time will tell too, you know what I mean, as well, like, you only can see how much further I can grow, like, it's especially right now, especially in the sports world in general, I feel there's a lot of alternatives coming out, a lot of, like, as before when you were coming up, it was always just, like, one thing, hey, you would watch the NFL or you would watch, the NBA, but now you have, like, all these other leagues popping up in different styles too, like the three-point league and, like, even in fighting with UFC, now there's real American fighting, there's dirty boxing, there's Zuffa boxing, there's Zan boxing, like, it's just a time for people to be exploring alternatives, and let's see who the king is after that, you know what I mean?
All right, let
Mhm.
me ask y'all this real quick because that's interesting you said that, right? So with that, right? So obviously the WNBA, Barty's favorite topic, they had a super pay increase. I think Asia Wilson's getting 6 million, which is still fairly low in comparison to like the 14th man on NBA roster can make a veteran's minimum of 6.5. But it's still like a 10x increase. But you're able to do that from TV deals, right? Brand deals. But the problem with that is, as you see in this NBA playoff, if you don't have Peacock, you're screwed. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you're screwed. If you don't have cable, you're screwed. So, yes, we're happy that Luka Doncic is going to get 308 million, but the average fan is priced out of not only going to the arena, but watching a game at their house. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Man, like, it's just you're right, because, like, that's something I haven't really thought about too, because the yes, they're right. The access that you had before is going away. So it's like, and to be able to, like, especially, like, I'm fortunate. I'm able to afford, like, all these subscriptions and be able to watch all these games and all this content I wanna consume. But, like, what happens to, like, the younger kid, the more unfortunate kid, the more unfortunate family that doesn't have access? Does that hurt that in the long run too with these TV deals? Do TV deals become cheaper? Like, what happens? You know what I mean?
Nah, I agree. I agree. It doesn't make sense that they have so much going on 3 different networks. You got 3 different. You got Prime, you got Peacock, and it just doesn't make any sense. And it's crazy because now it's hard for everybody to watch. Thursday nights the games are on Prime. Wednesday and Tuesday the games are on NBC and Peacock. And now, everybody's fighting to watch the games. I mean, is the final still going to be on ABC? And as you watch the revenue in the NFL, it's increasing. You watch the revenue in NASCAR, it's increasing. But in the NBA, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Adam Silver thought this deal through when he put it together.
Yeah, I think so too. I think too, it's like you're also you're cutting off a lot of audience at the knees right now, and putting them in a position where they have to choose which subscription they want to go to. So there's a chance you might not watch the NBA because you don't have that subscription. You know what I mean?
And what even makes it nastier is like, remember Sunshine Network went away, right? They became Bally Sports. So
Yeah.
now, even Bally Sports, say you want to watch like the Marlins play or the Heat play, depending on who buys that slot, you can't even watch your hometown team play.
Yeah, and that used to be a normal family thing. You would get together and watch
Right.
local TV. You always had your game. You always had your team's game, no matter what.
Not anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened with me in League Pass, like, even to the extent, like, everybody bought League Pass as soon as Sunshine and Bally's went away because no one knew where to watch the Heat for a fucking while, you know what I mean?
That's real. What else going on out there, fellas?
Got a question for both of you
Go
guys. We down here in Miami. News just came out 6 hours ago that Riley is not retiring, but he's changing his approach with the Miami Heat. All right, is it time for Riles to hang it up, George? Is it time for Riles to hang it up, Prince?
George, you go first because I'm going in, George. Go ahead. Please.
I think we have the fucking Jerry Jones of the NBA at the helm right now here in Miami. That guy is not going anywhere. He's gonna hang on to the wheel till he dies.
Listen, back in the days, they call something called bunk, right? That's basically a blunt with cocaine and marijuana. That's what Pat Riley is smoking. Bunk weed. And he now has CTE. Cause what are you talking about, bro?
I know, bro. When you say he'll never trade his band unless he gets what, 8 first-round picks in Wemby? That's crazy, bro.
There's nobody trading with the Miami Heat unless Bam is in that package. Are you dumb?
Yep.
Nobody's trading with them. Why would I?
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I feel Spo's gonna have a long couple years coming up right now, bro.
Listen, but it's funny. I was just talking about this, right? Where heat culture, heat culture, heat culture. You can say all that shit you want. These young kids now, you can't throw your rings on the table. They don't care about that.
Yep.
These
Especially
dudes,
with especially with NIL and all this stuff,
yeah,
culture
that's what I'm
changes,
saying.
bro. Cultures change.
These dudes been had money. Their Nike deal's 100 million. So you're not enticing them with money or winning. They don't care.
At all, dude.
I mean, listen, I'm a Laker fan, so I know how to appease to the star. We know how to do that. We know what you want to see, what you want to do. Miami it's the perfect weather destination, but bro, I just seen some of Precious Achua, right? He said that his rookie year, he had to watch game film after every game and write a fucking book report and send it to other coaches of what he learned. Are you crazy?
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work today, bro. I'm sorry. Hell no, bro.
Respectfully, you think these dumbass kids, and they are dumb, are gonna be up there doing a book report?
Hell no. Absolutely not.
So
Absolutely not.
that
Especially when they have options.
that heat that Heat culture's outdated, man.
Yeah, it's gotta be something else, and I agree with you on that too, but do I see Pat Riley leaving Miami anytime soon or letting go of the reins? Nope, don't see it happening, bro, so time will tell, bro, and you know how it goes, bro, a few losing seasons or a few losing seasons can kill you, and a good winning season can cure everything, so let's see what happens. I think it's ultimately gonna have to come down to Spo, to be real with you, bro. I think Spo's gonna have to be I don't know, like the compass in the storm pretty much and trying to keep the whole thing moving forward through all this shit.
We'll see,
Real
man,
quick,
but
fellas,
Well, s
I got a new topic for both of y'all. We call it sports and drama. So we see what's going on in New England. Of course, you know what the news is with the trauma with Vrabel and the whole situation with the correspondent from ESPN. What is up with New England? You got Belichick having those same problems. You had Robert Kraft having them same problems. You got Vrabel having them problems. And don't forget, Ime Udoka had them problems. Is there something in the water in Massachusetts?
I mean
dog.
I
So,
mean,
oh man, I think it's funny. Everything you just said has one thing in common. It's all like things that we should know about. Meaning, let's start with Robert Kraft. Why are you in a parlor in like Jupiter, Florida, of all places? Like, why? Why are you in like a strip mall?
yeah, man, it's like
Doing a
common
hand
sense,
job?
bro, you know what I mean? Like, you I mean, I think we're talking about, some man shit here right now too, what I'm saying, it's like, dude, it's like, why are you making it obvious, you know what I mean?
Right. And my thing too, even Vrabel, bro, the resort they was at cost like 22,000 a night, dog. This is like high end Arizona resort they was at. So it's public, dog. So if you're there, you're somebody. People gonna be taking pictures.
Of course, especially when there's a history of it and people you're associated with anyway, Kraft, Belichick, like, come on.
Cause what I heard is it was a private investigator. And I heard that person tried to extort them. Like, hey, if you don't give me X amount of money, I'm leaking these.
Jesus Christ, bro, that's nuts, dude.
So they ended up leaking it to TMZ.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that's some movie type shit right there, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah,
it's like and, like, you and, like, I'm gonna go back to, don't make it obvious, like, if you're gonna be a scumbag and, do some scumbaggy shit, don't, broadcast it, and what you all are doing is broadcasting it.
hey, but let me ask y'all this. Let's real like we ain't gonna stay here long, but I want to just follow me here in this conspiracy that I have. I feel like it's like, okay, New England, Boston, whoever, I'm gonna make y'all embarrassment very public, right? You're gonna be embarrassed, everybody's gonna laugh at you. But I'm gonna give y'all championships and team success, right? Go back
Yeah.
to Deflategate, the Tuck rule.
Winning cures everything.
We're gonna let you win though, but we're gonna embarrass you. Inflated footballs. We're gonna put you on trial. But for your troubles, you're gonna have a dynasty. That's what I
I mean
feel.
I mean, like a trade-off, like you're paying attendance, like you have to be embarrassed to win a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, bro, honestly, in the world of sports, especially in the world of sports, but world of professional sports and money and all this shit, winning cures all, man. If you're winning, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you win. If you win, you're an underdog or you turned your life around, you won something. Congratulations, even though you're probably gonna do shit in your life. It's just the nature of the beast.
Let me ask y'all this. This is a real question. Last thing with this. If you're a owner, you're Roger Goodell, right? Would you rather see the Rams versus the Kansas City Chiefs? Who like what was the you'd rather see a primetime game is what I'm getting to, right? With two big
Yeah,
markets, correct?
yeah, yeah, of
So
course.
now, if I get that game, I get an extra $20 billion, right?
Yeah,
But if the Houston Texans play whoever else, the Detroit Lions, nobody's watching that Super Bowl.
exactly, yeah.
So
Nope.
now that would make me make some things happen for it to go in my favor so I get the 20 billion. That's all I'm gonna
Well,
say.
yeah, yeah, it's very feasible too, and let's not forget the NFL is classified as an entertainment company, not as a sports program or whatever you wanna call it.
You see?
So you never know, bro, you never know. Speaking of which, since we're talking about conspiracies and stuff like that too, I wanna really talk to you guys too about DeAndre Anton's ejection the other day from the NBA game, Lakers and Rockets. Like, what do you guys think about that? I feel like that wasn't really a flagrant one. What's your opinion on it?
It wasn't a flagrant one, but I think what's going on is that the NBA had to make it a series. Right now, you got to remember they need some revenue. They needed to get a win in Houston, and also too, I definitely see it more than that. I saw it as a rest game too for LeBron. I mean, you asking LeBron to be something at 41 that he's not, and one he was tired. He didn't play nowhere near what he played in the first 3 games.
Oh, I hear you. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, with that, like, but, like, do you think that, like, that kinda hurts the sport a little bit too, especially now with gambling and all that stuff involved? Like, officiating has been, like, a huge thing in the NBA the past couple of weeks. There have been some really bad calls. Let's not fucking
Bro,
sugarcoat over it. Like,
bro,
do you think it helps the integrity of the game, or do you think it what's your take on it?
It's terrible because, like, you look at, like, the whole Netflix doc with the Tim Donaghy, whatever, kind of that was a blemish on the league. You know, you're dealing with sports bettors, investors, season ticket holders. If the books are cooked, you know what I'm saying? It makes it nasty, and I don't wanna participate. So the NBA has to figure out this officiating. First of all, the fact that an NBA ref is walking to the mic and making an announcement for the arena, it's crazy, dog. It's like we've made the ref like a WWE personality. It's weird.
Yep. You're making them like a part of the game. I agree with that too, 100% too. Like, you don't have that. You don't really well, you have it in football and stuff too, but, like, you're right. Like, especially with NBA referees, because people actually know NBA referees, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit of a different culture there, I feel. So you're right. Like, making them part of the game in that sense where they're announcing the thing, and then not only that, it's like you're really putting people on the spot too as well. So it's like I can only imagine what their lives are like. Yeah, and like on that note, I mean, we talked about it before, like, that we feel like this is the end of LeBron era, but he's showing some life right now against the Rockets. Like, do you think he's having his Wolverine Logan moment? You think he's gonna try to, send it out good? You know what I mean?
Me and Barty always our show me and Barty's show is our morning talks where we kinda really talk about the game, and I told him straight up, I was just like, "Hey, man, out of all of LeBron's years, I respect him the most this year, right? Just you got all the excuses in the world. You could be like, "Hey, Reeves hurt, Luka's out, I'm 41." Like, you have literally all the built-in excuses, but you still diving for loose balls. You still out there competing. You've been the best defensive player probably on both teams this
He's
whole
not
year.
only diving for balls, he's fucking raining buckets. He's
Yeah,
doing it right now. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, he's doing a little bit of the team. Like, no, he is
he
like
is.
LeBron from the past right now. Like, don't
Yeah.
get in his way. You know what I mean? Like,
It's dope to see. It's dope to see. I know Ace I know Barty happy. He over there smiling with his feet rubbing together in the
Listen,
bed.
man. Listen, man. Listen. In the first 3 games, we saw a young LeBron, a young demeanor LeBron playing at an all-time level. He's doing crazy things. I'm impressed. They're gonna win the series, but once they get to OKC, call it quits.
yeah, man. It's
Okay, see.
it's
Bust
interesting. Yeah, man. Like, just to stay on the NBA too, like, obviously too, we've been talking a lot about like business and everything too, and like these kids coming in and like all this potential like with other things and stuff like that too. A lot of women this week have been talking to me about this whole Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion thing too. Is it safe to say the NBA is this like the greatest reality show ever, ever? Like, this is the only sports talk I've had with women like, oh, it's Megan Thee Stallion.
Bro, you know what's crazy about that? And, shout out to my boy Siddiqui, man. We was talking about this earlier is this is the problem I think some women have where they'll date all the bad boys, the guys who cheat on them, talk to them crazy, disrespect them the whole 9, right? And then you feel like you got a good guy, right? And that good guy was Klay Thompson. But them good guys be worse than the thugs. They don't care.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just find it I find it hilarious though, like, because at the same time too, yeah, like, it is just juicy gossip on the side too and everything too, but it's still promo for the NBA. You know what I mean?
Oh, for
So
sure.
like, all publicity is bad. All publicity is good publicity at the end of the day, especially if you're running a business like that. And like, do you feel now, especially like with like Megan Thee Stallion, do you feel like the crossover between pop culture, athletes, actors, and all that stuff. You think it's happening a lot more now in the NBA, especially now, like in the streamer era?
There's two sides to it. Because I mean, when you look at the Super Bowl, we had Cardi B and we had Stephon Diggs. It was the same situation, and when they broke up, you was pointing fingers on both sides.
That's a
So
great
now, I
point.
mean, you got both sides to the spectrum. Because I mean, even then, when I look at the story, I heard that Megan was sleeping with one of his teammates, and it won't come out who it was. Then I also
Yeah,
heard that that
yeah.
Clay was sleeping with a WNBA player. So I mean, we don't know what it is, but I think that they want that bag. So they're gonna sleep with whoever they want in the game because Cardi wanted that NBA bag. I mean, Cardi wanted that NFL bag, and Megan wanted that NBA bags. I mean, at the end of the day, they looking for love, but they want that money at the same time too.
Yeah, no, I think too, especially like from like an NBA's perspective as well too. I feel like it's just like going back to the conspiracy theory principles and all that stuff too. It's like if I'm sitting at the NBA and I'm looking at publicity and like people talking our name, I'm gonna let this shit ride as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The other big story is too that I've been reading about is obviously Fernando Mendoza going number 1 to the Raiders overall. Like, what do you think his chances are this season? How do you think he's gonna do?
It's gonna be rough for him. It is the Raiders, but I think he's one of those organization changers. He has something special to him. Kind of have that Tebow effect to him, where like you just all the way don't get why he's doing what he's doing. It just
Yeah.
he kind of just gets it done, and you're almost like how sometimes, but you can't deny the talent. And Tom Brady publicly was like, "Hey man, anything this kid needs, I'm here for him." So having Brady in there to fast track you and think about it, it's in Brady's best interest. He's part owner of the Raiders. So that could only help Mendoza to get like all the game from Tom Brady. Shit, that fast tracks you ahead of every rookie coming in.
Barty, what do you think, bro?
Well, I'm just gonna say a couple of numbers, and y'all tell me what y'all think. 5 years, 172 million, $20 million given to Kirk Cousins. I mean, you sign him for 5 years, and then you drop Mendoza. So, what is Mendoza gonna do? Does Kirk got the keys to the city, or does Mendoza got the keys?
Hey,
I
listen,
think I'm just keeping it a
listen,
buck.
bro.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah, my bro, that money like no tomorrow, bro. No one even cares anymore. And just stay on the Heisman thing. What do you guys think about this Diego Pavia kid, the one who was saying that he didn't need an agent, he was a Heisman prospect. Like, I don't need an agent. I'm not gonna give anybody 10%. He's just talking all his shit, and then pretty much he goes undrafted. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean,
I mean, Barty was laughing at Lamar Jackson when he had his mom negotiating for him. So
facts, facts,
it's one of those things,
facts.
man. You gotta have your business in order, man. I don't care how good you think you are. You gotta have the right representation in there speaking on your behalf, man. That was definitely an ignorant move. And the NFL's petty, man. NBA will take it on the chin, but NFL, they'll petty. They'll freeze you out of the league. They'll show you a lesson. We saw them do Shador dirty just off the strength of Dion talking crazy. So we know how petty they could be.
Yeah, no, very true, man. Very true. I
100%,
want to
man.
take it
I
over
mean,
real quick. Just real quick to
that
over to the
that was one of
UFC
the
real quick.
biggest
I read
stories
a
too, but
really
my
interesting
biggest story
article the other
is,
day
what
about
is the Dolphins doing with
the
their
Real
draft
American
products?
Fighting,
I
which if
didn't
you
like
guys don't
nobody
know
they
what that is,
drafted.
that's kind of like pretty much it's kind of like collegiate
Dolphins is
wrestling but on
looking
a
crazy. I
professional
mean,
level.
what you think about
And
the
there was a
Dolphins and what they
report out
drafted,
saying
George?
that if you wrestle in the mid card of the UFC, if you're not like fighting at the top, you're kind of in the middle. Chances are, you're not making as much money as the other guys, but you're making, like around 100, 120 grand, but also you're fighting in UFC. Reports are saying that a lot of UFC fighters who have wrestled in the Real American Fighting are making close to the same amount of money to what they're making at the UFC. Do you foresee that possibly splitting the audience where you're gonna have some more fans watching that more? Because I feel like I've always felt like there's always two types of UFC fans. There's like the guys who like the hitting and the ground and pound, but there's also that jiu-jitsu fan base that likes the grappling and all that stuff, which is a very effective fighting force. Do you think this could possibly split the audience and give a guy a better alternatives?
Yeah, I think that whole UFC badge, it doesn't have as much weight as it once did. You know what I mean? UFC was so Dana White's an innovator. You got to give him the credit of him just making those UFC reality shows. It's still going on right now. Salute to George Alves. He's shooting another UFC show as we speak. So
I love George. George is like my guy right there, man. I love
yeah,
that
that's
guy.
salute to George. So like that, it goes to show you like the UFC brand is still the badge, but John Jones has been severely underpaid, where John Jones is the equivalent of like a Messi, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry of the sport, and he's getting paid like the fifth man on the NBA roster. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, and then not only that, you're also in a combative sport that is not like boxing, that is not like an NBA game where you are taking real hits to the face with no gloves. There's a lot more potential for longer term injury and then to be getting paid what you're paid to do that, you know what I mean? I mean, they're fighting on the White House lawn for crying out loud, you know what I mean? Like, you telling me they ain't making bank?
right, but also it's a thing. It's one of those things too where it's going to be like the live golf thing in the PGA, where if you don't up your rates, we're going over here. And what did Live do? They took, granted, they didn't take your top half, but they took your middle half, and they're over there making tens of millions of dollars. I think all of them got like 10 million off rip to go over there to live.
Yeah.
All it takes is somebody to get that Saudi money to go over there and really compete with the UFC. Boxing's doing it right now with the zone and all that.
No, for sure. And then, just to play off of you, Prince, and obviously, Barty, you from your question earlier, because like UFC is part of that TKO system as well as the WWE as well. And like, there's been interviews, especially right now with Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey having their fight pretty soon on Netflix. Ronda Rousey said it. He's like, the problem with the UFC isn't Dana White; it's the TKO system. Why don't they just let Dana run the thing himself? Do you think Dana's another kind of byproduct of all this happening right now and, like, him not maybe not having as much control as he had before in the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's it because it just looks and feels different. Like the excitement for UFC, obviously them cutting deals with like ESPN Plus. They were showing UFC, at least for me, it was like a moment, right? You go to like your local bar and watch the fight. I think once they started cutting deals with the ESPNs and other entities, it kind of watered it down.
I agree
Where
with you on 100 agree with you on that big time.
it's just like, do I care? Am I gonna pay 50 cents? And then remember, they got away kind of with the pay-per-view system.
Mhm.
But once
Which
that
is
happens, the money's gone. So it's like, why am I watching?
yeah, no, I feel you. Barty, what do you think about all this, man?
Barty, we talking about the UFC. What do they got going on?
Think UFC, man, I think that they've lost a lot of their cachet as far as when it first came in, it was probably one of the biggest things that we were watching. Now I think that the draw is not as big. I think more people are going to boxing because boxing has changed the whole landscape of how they want to do things, as well as WWE. I mean, who is the face now that we're gonna watch? Who's the big name? Who is the cash cow? I mean, we don't have that anymore. I mean, at one point in time, it was John Bone Jones. I mean, it's not the same as it is anymore. So, not people are the revenue's not the same. I got Paramount, and on Paramount, I can watch UFC anytime I want. It's a part of my package. And I'm still not putting it on because it's not the draw is not the same as when it first came out. And I don't know if that has something to do with Dana White or just the landscape of who is in the UFC now. But there's no big names out there to me, and from what I see. I don't think these names are as big as it was when we first started watching when they had Ryan Lindell and all them other boys, but it's not the same.
But and to George's point too, I knew it was over when they was gonna have a fight on the White House lawn. It's like when you doing like fuckery and theatrics like that, I'm like, yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, especially like, like, I mean, Dana said himself, like, um he was at an event with Trump. I can't remember what it was, and Trump had asked about like some fighter if he was fighting or not. He really booked the fight on the spot because Trump wanted it. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, it's kind of like if you're just throwing shit together that quick, just to throw together stuff that quick, then like there's not really a lot of thought that goes into it. You know what I mean? It's not like a good build or anything like that. So I feel like it has been watered down and it's kind of lost its appeal. You know what I mean?
Speaking of,
All right. I got.
go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead, bro.
No. Stay on the UFC. What's up with UFC?
No, I was saying speaking of UFC, we just saw what two nights ago, the Joker, Fernando, and Daniels get into it after a game. Are we at a point where it's safe to say you're not supposed to lay the ball up when you're up by 20 points?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never se honestly, when I saw that shit, I'd never seen that shit before, ever, ever.
yeah, I mean, like, it's common courtesy to not do that, but then it's like, I don't you know what I mean? Some dudes think about it. I've seen it happen where, like, it's a bench guy in the game, where he's a guy who never plays, and he's like, "I wanna get my points up. My mom's in the stands."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna get this layup. I
You
don't
think you
know.
think you think he saw that moment, he just took it, like, "I'm doing it. That's it." He probably ran through the whole thing and he's like, "Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it."
Well, and my thing too is it's one thing like you can't be that mad over the layup and you lost by 20.
Yeah.
You
That's
get
a
what
That is
I'm
fact.
true too.
saying?
That is true too. You did get beat by 20. You should have been there to begin with. So, yeah.
Right.
I
You
get
didn't have
I
that
get that.
aggression before.
I definitely get that. Real quick, since we're talking about, just stuff like this and like, fights and people fighting and not fighting and all that stuff too, I want to take it over to New York real quick. The Mets fucking suck. No way around it. They're a terrible team, right? The Knicks are doing okay. The Knicks are doing okay. What are the Knicks' chances and what is going on with sports in New York? Who is going to end this drought?
Probably the
Buddy, you
Yankees.
got it first.
I will go Yankees, man. I mean, that's the only team that could ever end the drought. They're always the ones that end the drought. The Knicks, I mean, you know who the Knicks are. You're putting all your faith in Mike Brown. What is Mike Brown gonna do for you? He couldn't even get LeBron to help LeBron get a ring. So no, I don't see that happening. And then secondly, when you look at the Yankees, all the Yankees need is maybe one or two good pitchers, and you'll see another championship hosted in New York. The Mets itself, they gave away their whole roster. They gave away great players. They didn't even renew a lot of contracts. So I'm not sold on the Mets, and I love the Mets. Mets is one of my favorite teams. I mean, another team possibly that could do it, and I know Prince don't want to hear this, but the New York Football Giants. You got Jackson Dart.
I
You
agree.
got Malik Neighbors. You got the defense that they drafted in the draft. You also got Scatterbo. I mean, and also you got Harbaugh. Harbaugh, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. So if you really want to be technical, the organization that has the best coaching probably will be the team to win it. So it's either between the Giants or the New York Yankees.
All
I
right, man.
I agree, the Giants. I'll go with the Giants for sure.
How much does that pain you to say that, Prince?
It's shocking that that is the Giants, but it's the Giants.
All right. This is a fun one that I want to throw at you guys because the sports semis are coming up here pretty soon, right? And the nominees for best sports show, studio sports show came out, and I want to see what y'all think because I mean, this is kind of tough for me. The nominees are College Game Day on ESPN, Inside the NBA on TNT, the Monday Night Countdown on ESPN, the NFL Today on CBS, and Thursday Night Football, which, I'm not a big fan of. But, like, I feel that's like a tough pick right there, especially between College Game Day and Inside the NBA. What do you guys think?
Game Day's a good show. That's a really good show.
I know, but then you have the Inside the NBA with the GOATs, in my opinion, the four GOATs of studio sports TV.
I don't see nobody taking inside the NBA. As long as Chuck is talking about Galveston and Shaq is over there saying the same things he's saying, and Ernie got all the stats. I mean, Inside the NBA is a pillar in our sports community. It's probably the only show that continues to keep rocking it out of the park. They left
Well,
TNT with great numbers, and now they're doing great numbers in ESPN.
yeah, but you can say the same thing too about College Game Day. I mean, that's another staple
Lake
on Saturday morning, and then now you
Lake
have like the
Forest Ball's
whole
retired. Yeah, so that's what
yeah
I was saying. That's a classic show.
So
yeah, but also too
I
like
agree.
yeah, and College Game Day is also evolving too. Now you have like Pat McAfee, you have like a
Yeah.
different celebrity coming on. Like it's always like it feels like an event every time there's a College Game Day, like a big fucking thing. You know what I mean? So it's like
Okay, Imma be real. So basically, don't get it twisted. Inside the NBA, I love it, right? You got legendary characters. Ernie Johnson's probably the greatest host, moderator outside of Mike Greenberg ever. But for me, as a basketball nerd, it's not my favorite basketball show, if that makes sense. Because I want to talk about money. I want to learn about the X's and O's, like nerd basketball shit, right? Where that is more like, oh, here's Shaq say he was better than everybody. Charles is gonna make a joke. Like it's become cliche, right? So I've been watching that show since what we were like 12.
yeah.
So we know all the punchlines. I get it. It's cool. But like as somebody we're in the space now doing the sports content, I would rather listen to my own show.
No, I agree. I agree with you both. What I look at it too is this: everybody's home on a Saturday, so you're gonna get great numbers Saturday morning to watch game day. But to stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning and watch Inside the NBA, knowing you gotta work or get up to work for 9 or 7, and you're still watching these cats. That speaks to not just the people on the show, but the writers, how they put the show together. the tweets that come in. I mean, inside the NBA is timeless. And I mean, I agree. I think
Yeah.
I'll take my show anytime, but if I'm gonna stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning and watch it and laugh with you guys, that means you're doing something wrong.
Hey, no, matter of fact, forget that. I'll take Nightcap, Unk and Ocho over them shows.
Damn,
Right
that
back.
damn.
Facts, big facts, big facts.
100%. So that's what I'm saying, because they'll talk the game. It's not, the jokes are cool, right? But even when Charles Barkley wants to be serious, they egg him on to be the clown. You follow what I'm saying? Where
Yeah.
I really want to give analysts right here, hey, I want to talk about this. Shaq will joke. So that's why sometimes it be hit or miss for me. And like today, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a
No, I feel that too.
question for both of you guys. I'm gonna throw a couple names at y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. You got Aaron Gordon with a calf injury. You got DiVincenzo with the Achilles. You got the bone bruise by Ant Edwards. You got Luca with his hamstring. You got the hamstring of Jay Williams, and you also got Austin Reeves with his injury. Is the NBA and how these players have they lost sight of how to take care of their bodies, or is the NBA just very physical?
I think the
It's
game is sped up. I think that's a big part of it. I think the one thing I can honestly say that I do feel, especially watching NBA basketball from when I was a kid to now, is I feel the game has sped up a lot because of how physically trained these guys are, how much bigger they are. And I feel like that has a lot to do with it too. I mean, like if you're running on your knees and your legs. I mean, 5 of those injuries you just said were all leg injuries. That tells me something, you know what I mean? It means that your legs are working a lot harder now than they were before, and I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Even to add to what George is saying, like, I remember in high school with me, you played spring ball. I never stopped playing basketball all year round, right? So now these guys play even more basketball. They're shooting 1,000 jump shots a day, right? So it's just compounding on their lower extremities, right? Now, like you said, the game is a lot faster. You're getting 140 points a game. They're getting 50 3-pointers up. So it's just like back and forth running up, down. And you're gonna see more and more injuries. But what I will say is that Achilles, look at what Jason Tatum's doing. It's incredible. I think the technology on Achilles in probably about 2, 3 years, recovery time might be 6 months, and you're good as new on Achilles versus a year, 2 years before.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you on that. A lot of people are coming back a lot stronger and better too, but I think especially if you're an athlete, like body maintenance at that level is so high that it's like a fucking jet plane, bro. Like if one little screw just comes loose, the whole thing comes apart. So it's like you can be taking care of everything and miss that one muscle or not do that one exercise, and your thousands of exercise just screws you up because your body's doing so much in such a short amount of time. I mean, like you're playing 40-minute basketball games, bro, full speed. You know, if you're playing 25, 30 minutes in that game, bro, you're doing some shit to your body, bro.
Okay, you know what the hardest thing about, like, high level basketball is? It's the fucking travel. So
Yeah.
imagine you're up, down, you're on planes. I think people they don't look at that. So I'm in Detroit. It was hot as hell in Miami. Now I got a coat on. I'm under the weather. It's a lot of different circumstances. Then you gotta play high level basketball.
And then you're flying too. You're changing your body pressure. You're in a plane. You're in a tin can. Like it's a
It's a
lot.
lot.
It's a
But
lot, man.
also, too, real quick, the myth of like the LeBron thing. Oh, he spends millions of dollars on their body. They all do. They ain't LeBron James. It's a combination of luck and genetics. That's it. You
facts.
Yep.
can't work your way from being injured. You can't yoga your way from being injured. You're gonna get injured, you're gonna get injured, bro. That's the nature of the beast, and that's the game.
Mhm.
LeBron James has been his longevity is his greatest strength. He doesn't get hurt. You follow? That's the key. What if certain niggas just didn't get hurt? Because we know the people
Yeah.
who got hurt, the D Roses, you can name them all. Greg Oden. LeBron
Yep.
just get hurt.
Yep.
Big facts. Big
Big
facts.
big fat. Do you think that's has a lot more? Do you think that has something to do with his basketball IQ?
Of course. I think that I mean, you gotta
Yeah.
remember LeBron knows when and where and how to play it and turn it on. I mean, when you watch the GOATs that did what they did, Kobe and Mike, they knew when to take their moments to do what they need to do. They didn't always push themselves the whole game. And a lot of these young cats don't know when to turn it on and turn it off. Some of them are going 110 miles an hour the whole game. I mean, when you look at that injury that Ant had, he was going crazy for that block. And by the way he landed, that's what hurt him. And so you got to know when to turn it on and when not to.
I want to ask y'all something real quick, man. So obviously the NFL draft just happened, and the Cleveland Browns had some great pickups. They got better on the offensive side of the ball, and obviously the assumption is that Shador Sanders is going to start. But word from kind of OTAs is Deshaun Watson's been looking really good, really really good. I'm hearing right. Then they just drafted a quarterback in the 6th round. You got Dylan Gabriel still there. I know as these kids, these babies, it's go Shador, because we love his dad. We love Deion Sanders. But looking at it from a realistic lens, you're paying Deshaun Watson half a bill, however much money he making. Aren't you gonna want to put your money to work first? Because you're only paying Shador a little bit of money. Whether he's good or not, he's still making 0 money. Deshaun Watson's making big money. So what do you make of the Cleveland Browns and what they should be doing right now at the quarterback position?
Cleveland is not sold on Shador. They draft him, but they just drafted him just to draft him. They're more sold on Deshaun Watson. The coach didn't want him there. The GM didn't want him there. The owner, he acts iffy about him. The only people who really wants him there is the fans. And so the crazy thing about it, anything they can do to push Shador further down, they're gonna do that. And it's unfortunate for him, but I really think that the NFL has it in for Shador. Do I think he's the best quarterback on the roster? By far. I mean, I don't think that Deshaun Watson, even though he's coming back, I mean, we're talking about a man who ain't been himself for 3 seasons, and you're comparing to somebody who just came out of college playing at an all-time high. So Cleveland, it's a conspiracy against Shador, and I don't think that they want him to. That's why they drafted the quarterback. That's why they got Dylan Gabriel, and that's why they're pushing to get Deshaun Watson back because they're trying to push Shador off that team.
All I'm gonna say is just rewind back a little bit to what Prince was talking about earlier in this podcast, especially about the NBA. I think it's like that situation, and what he said about the NFL. I think when the NFL wants to spite you, they're gonna spite you. I think this could possibly be that, or they could be just trying to see if they can build some character out of him too by, hey, maybe we knock him down a little bit. Maybe he might be a little bit more, fit our system a little bit better, what we're trying to do here. I think that's a lot to do with it as well too. And lastly too, it could be, hey, anybody can get hurt on any other team. They could pick up some draft picks just by trading him,
Right, but but 2, both of y'all made great points, but 2, it's also a matter of, like, whose guy is it, right? Where if the previous GM drafted you, George, but I don't know nothing about you, I didn't watch your game film, I don't really give a shit about you, and it's not in my best interest for you to succeed. But I drafted Barty, Barty's my guy. So whether Barty's good or not, I'm gonna give Barty that first look, right? Because
Yeah.
it's on my face. So if Barty does good, I get re-signed. So I think GMs are looking for the best person they can partner with. So it's not like the public outcry, "Give Shador a chance. Oh, stop picking on Shador." Bro, can he who can win me games?
Exactly. Facts. Like I said, winning cures all. I mean, that's how, like, literally, that's how Brady got in. Someone got injured, and then Bledsoe got injured, and then here comes Brady, and look at it now. You know what I mean? Bledsoe comes back, didn't even matter. So you never know. Winning cures all.
So Georgie, so a tradition. Did we lose him again?
I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, dude.
I'm about to wrap it up now.
Yeah. Hit it with this last one, Clogs. I think we got a lot there. Say something for some other shit. Probably go do his lesson plan for the PE tomorrow.
Yo, that is funny. Hey, man, if y'all don't know, we waiting for Bart to get his connection back, but so he just told us that he's a PE teacher apparently at I don't even know what school.
Yeah, that's incredible though. Incredible. He was so happy about it too. But imagine out there, PE Barty, baby. Just
PE Barty is insane.
yeah, Coach Barty. You'll probably have to as up, but his luck will be in charge of coaching the girls' basketball team.
Bro, it's funny. So the coach at my daughter's elementary school, he's also the crossing guard. So every day it's just like, "What's up, coach? Hey," like it's just like it's just he's like it's just like the cliche.
The cliche, yeah.
I laugh every time I see him.
So funny, dude. Hey, gotta do the school duty, bro. Gotta do the school duty. Everybody's gotta pitch in.
Everybody, bro, raising the flagpole, doing the whole thing.
Man, what do you think his extracurricular job's gonna be? Man, it's gotta be something good, bro. Like
Nah,
Barty, definitely in charge of detention. I can definitely see that. Like ISS and stuff. I can see Barty taking over that classroom
with the Auburn sweater on though.
with the Auburn sweater on. Oh my God, Coach Barty, Coach Barty, Coach Barty.
He's like, "Can you get me into Auburn? You think I can make it?"
Barty cuts to Barty signing them the NIL deals on the side.
Yo, I'm crying.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny, bro. Dude.
Hold on, man. But we're trying to wait for Barty, but Barty is hold on.
He goes, bet, like, bro, we weren't done. He just hung up on us.
Barty hung up on us, y'all. I swear we're more professional than this.
Yeah. Black Costanza strikes again.
Oh my God. Yo, listen, he'll tell you stuff. You're just like, but he'll tell you crazy stories. You're like, wait, what? Like, that's not normal. Like you,
Nope. Man.
bro. He told me, so I think he lives like in Palm Beach. He's like in Boynton. And I guess like it's like a park or something across from his house or like a new construction or something. And he said he saw one of our childhood friends cleaning a porta potty from his apartment window. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you're tripping. I was like, how do you know that? He was like, I'm looking right at him. It's 100 feet from my house.
Oh my God. You're just staring out the window on the phone, looking at this poor man trying to fucking make a living.
Yeah.
He like
You
calls you
cannot
911, called you 9114, like, Prince, you gotta pick up. Prince. Yo.
Yo, this is the kind of stuff that happens. Like, you don't understand, bro.
Yeah. Hey, no, man, comes in clutch though. We needed parking for the Canes game, bro. You had the church auntie there for us, bro, with the house and the parking lot right there and the ride.
Salute to Auntie, man.
Yeah, yeah. Came in clutch that day.
But man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We don't know where Barty is. This has been episode 142. George, we appreciate you, man.
Yo, what was that tradition say you said just give it an alternate just in case we need it?
It was just talk about like what we're watching, like what movies or shows we're watching.
Man, damn, that's a good one though, bro.
And we
Man,
always wrap shows like that.
all right, well, I mean, obviously, what I'm watching right now per se is like, I'm a nerd when it comes to shit, bro. I've been watching a lot of that, like, that Godzilla Gods and Monsters or Monster Island or whatever it is on Apple TV Plus. It's pretty good, man. The reason why I dig it too much is that you got Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell in it, and they're playing the same character in two different time periods. So it is kind of fun to see that young character as Wyatt Russell and that older character as Kurt Russell with like no CGI or anything like that. It's just like, hey, a father and a son like playing their, working with each other and playing the same character in a different thing. I think it's great. It's kind of like LeBron and Bronny right now. It's great to see father son shit happening and people working together like that. So that's kind of like what I'm into right now. That's what I'm watching. And then besides that, man, just as much sports as I possibly can. Oh, there he is, P.E.
There he
Barty.
is. Barty, we doing the tradition of what we watching, what movies, shows we watching. So George, you said he watching. Yeah, I'm on Daredevil too. That's what I was about to tell George.
Not for nothing, man. I'm watching that shit too, bro. That shit is fire.
Yeah, it's so good, so good.
Daredevil, Invincible. The Boys is on their last season. The Boys' last season is going stupid right now. You definitely got to catch that. And I know y'all ain't trying to hear this, but I'm looking forward to that Iceman coming out. I'm about to cop the Iceman.
Jesus Christ, bro. Don't tell Kendrick, bro.
Listen.
Barty, we was talking about your new job as a PE. Are you going to go by Coach B? What's going to be your name?
Listen, man, I'm feeling like Arnold from Kindergarten Cop. These kids is getting on my nerves. I'm screaming, shut up every day.
It's not a tumor?
It is not a tumor, bro. I'm screaming at these kids, man. One kid didn't even know what a layup was, bro. I'm trying to teach him a layup.
They got him coaching basketball, dude.
Basketball, soccer, baseball. They don't even know how to dodge a ball. One kid, every time he's supposed to kick the ball in the net, he keep kicking it into the building. I'm just scratching my head, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Every day, all day long, I'm telling him, kick the ball this way. And he keeps kicking it like he's trying to kick it into the cafeteria. So.
Now, we joking on Barty, but we love and appreciate teachers. Y'all definitely are severely underpaid. But
big time.
We know how it goes though, Barty. Are you the crossing guard? Or are you like the lunch lady too? Like, what is your other roles at the school?
I'm more along the lines of the shuttle bus driver.
Ah, there it is,
Oh,
bro.
there
There
it
it
is.
is.
There it
There it is.
is.
Bus and Barty.
Bus and
Fact.
Barty.
Facts, man. Yeah, it was a pleasure working with you guys again, though. Love doing this
Nah,
with
for
y'all.
sure, man. Nah, for sure, man. This episode 142, man. We appreciate y'all. Georgia, always a pleasure. We'll see y'all next time.
Laters, man.
You already know.
Peace.